Good morning everyone, welcome back to the tower. Last time I was in here you saw me chiselling off all this plaster. I've still got some plaster to chisel off here and that bit up there, but right now I'm interested in what's underneath this last remainders of it. I don't really want to start chiselling off every bit of render and pointing and then having to repoint the whole thing. That would be a lot of work. So I'm after just trying to make it look more presentable. Most of you seem to think that what I've already done up here is an improvement. So I think it is. It's given a much more better, it's given a better feel to the place. It feels medieval. It feels like a proper old castle tower. But I want to take it down a bit. The best way is with this tool here. I've got a wire wheel on here and basically it's just going to cut through it all. So I'm going to see where I end up. I'm just going to do a small area, just have a look, because it's going to create an awful lot of dust. But hopefully if I do just a small area for now, I'll be able to then hook up a vacuum cleaner or something to it to try and minimise. I've got all the doors upstairs shut. I've got the door next to the camera shut, and I've got the front door open, so hopefully it'll suck out a lot of dust. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to just take an area and see where we end up. Okay. Don't know really, don't know what to make of that. Obviously all the paint has gone. There's a lot of render as opposed to stone, but there is stone under the render. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. We're not sure whether we want to lime wash all this and just try and get it smoother to accept the lime wash, because it's going to be a bit rough if we just paint it as it is, or we just go back to the render and a bit of the stone and just leave it at that and put some sort of breathable sealer on to stop any dust coming off it. So it's got to think about that one. I'll get the lady of the house to have a look at it, see what she thinks. Okay, just had a chat with Susie. We like the look of that, but we would like to see more stone, which means I've got to either chisel it off or sand it to death. So we're going to mull that one over, but we definitely like that. There's some work just started in our lane, and if you look down just there, that's our water connection, and they've put a blue arrow on that, and they've done that with the neighbours up the hill there. And then all the way down by the grass verge there are white lines, dotted lines. There's one there. Now we think this may be to do with fibre installation, telecommunications fibre that is, because they did start coming all the way down to the village and then stopped at the village entrance. But recently there's some big cable drums of fibre cable appeared, and they've been going around marking all the roads. So we suspect that this is the installation of fibre, which will bring this village into the 21st century, because at the moment our signal is at best average. So if we can get fibre installed, that will help us greatly. Right, Susie is not a happy woman because she painted the kitchen cupboard last week with a colour that suggests it's like a heritage green, but it's come up to blue. So she wants me to make it into a green. So how do you turn a blue into a green? Well, with yellow and possibly more blue. So I'm going to have a mess around and see if I can make her happy. Oops. I'm making this up as I go along, obviously. Could end up looking absolutely awful. Doesn't look any different. Whack a load more in. That's looking more greener. There's only one way of finding out. I could always add some more to make it greener, but you can't tend to take away, so best to do it slowly but surely. But right now I think it's worth putting a sample on the cupboard and seeing what it looks like. All depends how it dries really, but that's looking greener. But
yeah, but it did look green on the brush before.
Yeah.
But then it dried and it looked bluey. No, it started looking bluey, and then when I looked at it the next day it looked grey.
Yeah.
So we'll have to leave that to dry and see.
Okay. I can always add some.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this might not show up on camera. So we've painted this section here, but it is yellower, but it's not green enough apparently. I wonder if yeah, it's very, very difficult to pick up. Okay, right, so we want to go slightly greener. So I think I'll put a little bit of blue in, and probably 3 times the amount of yellow to blue. And that will also lighten it slightly, because it is lighter and we wanted it slightly lighter, but that's not the main issue. It's just Susie wants it greener. So I'll have a look at that now. Oop. That's enough. Well, the yellow has lightened that and it's made it green. And the danger of putting black or white in is you make it grey. Black and white, when you're lightening and darkening, goes grey. And we're trying to get away from the grey, so the yellow acts as the lightening agent. So we'll give that a go. See what that comes up like. The big question is, do we have a happy lady?
Yeah, I'm very happy with that colour. I don't know if you can tell the difference along the bottom there. That looks really bluey grey. This is definitely green.
Yeah, because we're going to put a bit of skirting over that, so you're not going to waste the paint and put on that.
Yeah, because there's a mouse hole either side.
Yeah.
So we need to cover that up.
Okay, but basically that's not bad. That's definitely greener, and it's quite light. So, it's difficult to get it on camera because it's quite a pokey little room, this, in some respects.
So I need to bling up the hinges with some gold.
Yeah, okay, gold, why not?
And I need my little hook back up there in gold.
Yeah, the hook that we have to take off.
And then I'll finish stripping the walls in here, and we need to insulate the ceiling, put some plasterboard up.
Yeah.
And then I can have my chandelier in here.
Okay. Well, it doesn't look as though we'll be going out any day soon. So I don't know how long they'll be, but we'll probably be trapped in here overnight, but I'm sure they'll free us up by tomorrow. Okay, I'm in the corridor leading to the tower room. You've seen me in there rescuing the granite, the fireplace and the two windows. There's a little window in that room, and there's one which is very similar here. And it's the same thing, there's paint on it, but some of it's not got paint on, but this bit has. This lintel's hidden down the sides. So I want to get that done, and then that's another window sorted. This does have plaster on this wall, and if you remember a few months ago, months ago, I took the wallpaper off here and it came off virtually in strips. Well, this is an external wall. Up to here it's external. This part's internal, but it's a line rendered stone wall. So this plaster's got to come off at some point, but the dilemma is this is an internal wall made up of those little terracotta briquettes, if you like. And so if we remove the plaster here and have a sort of rough, you know, not even finish, we say, this will be lovely and smooth and finished. So we may have to completely separate these two, so have one finish on here, natural finish, and then maybe wallpaper this side or paint this side, so the two look completely different. But this plaster's got to come off, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm not really wanting to make too much mess today. So I'm going to do that. Now the other thing I'm interested in is this here. You might not be able to see from where you are, but this granite actually goes up. But I've got a lot of filler in here, and in my experience in that room, when there's filler, it usually means there's not a lot of granite there. So I'm hoping I can uncover that. And maybe there's a nice shape to it. So I'm going to look at doing that as well. There's plaster on here. Where this goes up, I think they've filled this bit as well, because this is plaster, this is filler. So I don't know what's up there, but I'm going to have a look at that as well. And I'm feeling a bit mellow today, so let's have a bit of jazz music, shall we? Yeah, nice bit of jazz. Well, that's come up really nicely as I predicted, but I don't know what they've put on here. I really don't. I've had everything on it. I've had my Renovator wire wheel thing, paint stripper, and even after the paint stripper, nothing's touching it. I think I've exhausted all my options, so I'm going to have to get to Brico this week and get some brick acid. I don't know what it is. Some glossy thing, but it's not coming off. But okay, but I'm pleased with everything else. It's nice, usual, the granite, etc. Lovely character. And if you remember, this was sort of here, I think. So I've gained that. So there's been an issue here, but that's fine. I'm going to try and colour that, tidy up this. But yeah, okay, that's worth doing. And well, for somebody who wasn't going to make a mess. And whilst I'm here, I'd like to welcome Agnes, who's become our new patron this week. So welcome, Agnes. And I know Agnes has been commenting on our vlogs for a long time. And one of our patrons has gone up a level this week, chose to go up a level. That's Earl. So thank you, Earl. That's really kind of you. So hopefully you're enjoying the videos. And again, just a little reminder, if you are interested or you think you might be interested in Patreon, there is a free trial of 7 days. So you don't pay a penny. If you cancel before the 7 days, absolutely fine. But that gives you access to the Patreon in that 7 days. And if you want to support this place and us doing this sort of stuff, then we'd welcome you. Thank you. Right. Get cleaned up. Oh wow. So we've got courgette, celery,
Yeah.
custard marrow,
curly cow.
And curly cow. Oh, all right. So that's dinner tonight.
Yeah, get cooking.
I'll get cooking. Oh, yeah, we'll have some of that. We were going to show you the potager, but it's getting a bit later now. We're running out of time. So I think we'll do you a little update next week's vlog. But as you can see, we've got some nice stuff here. A couple of these. These are called custard marrows where we're from, but I think they're called, aren't they called patty pans or something in other parts of the world? They're beautiful. So we'll do something with those.
Roast them up.
Yeah. Okay, it's getting a bit windy out here, so we're not going to dwell on it too long. I know we've got a mic which has got a wind protector, but I suspect...
it's been really windy.
It's been really windy, so we'll cut this one short. But we'd like to say thank yous. I said earlier in the vlog, thank yous to the new patrons, etc. But we've had people buying us some copies and buying us some items on our wish list, which is very kind. Anne bought us some coffees, and a lady who wished to remain anonymous, so thank you ever so much. It's really kind of you.
So thank you to Carrie and Janet from Arizona for funding our chainsaw, handheld chainsaw.
Oh, the battery one, the smaller one, yeah. I mean, that's going to be perfect for you, isn't it? Because Susie's forever waiting for me to do stuff, you know, like the bigger stuff. And of course, I'm not always able to because I'm doing other things. But the smaller stuff you can now do, can't you? So that'll come in handy because we've got lots of smaller branches and things that you can chop off.
I can't do the larger stuff.
And you don't have to wait for me to do it. So that's perfect.
Well, I have tried using the saber saw, but it's not quite strong enough.
And Natasha has very, very kindly purchased a work tower for me. Well, for me, because you're not very good with heights, are you?
I saw you struggling with the tower stairs.
Oh, yeah. I've got quite a lot of work to do on the ceilings, and I'm using step ladder, which is not the safest way of doing it. So a work tower would be better, and Natasha's very kindly funded that. So thank you, Natasha. It's great. Yeah. Really, that's going to be useful. So we've ordered that, so that'll be here soon.
So thank you to Michelle for your third contribution towards the workshop vac, and also Rebecca who finished the funding on that.
Yeah.
And I have ordered that last night actually, because I can't wait to get that and get up in the attic and vacuum up all the spiders' webs and years of dust.
There's so much dust.
I couldn't do it with my normal vacuum. Well, I've already knackered that. So,
wow, yeah.
It's not cut up that, but then we can actually sort stuff through because I go up there with gloves and it's all dusty and horrible.
Yeah, yeah. And the barns, you know, it's all dust. So that it's a good.
It actually sucks up wet and dry stuff together.
Oh, okay. Oh,
thank you to somebody else who's anonymous for starting another funding off for some more shelving units.
Yes.
Because we're going to need
You can never have too many of those, can you?
No.
And yeah, so thank you. This person wanted to remain anonymous, so thank you. It's very kind of you. And on that subject of the storage shelving, we did a midweek vlog. I don't know whether you noticed it, because there's a lot of you who haven't seen it yet, according to the stats. Maybe you weren't expecting it, or maybe you haven't subscribed and you haven't got the notifications, but we did a midweek vlog for the first time in a while, and we featured a storage shelving unit which Natasha had bought us. So if you haven't subscribed, it would be really great if you could, and the notification bell, because we are going to try and do the midweeks if we can.
Well, it was Friday, it wasn't really.
Well, it was Friday morning, so it wasn't quite midweek, but so if you haven't watched that, do watch the one before this one. So
we put the other one up, and I've just placed stuff on it to get it off the ground because we've got so much stuff in there. Yeah. I need to sort through. Yeah, so thank you. That's great to start that one off again. So, right, well, that's the end of another vlog. So, hope you enjoyed it, and we shall see you next time. Bye.
Bye.